All right, so let's get into it. Lions do what lions do. And that's a term that I just copied from a hero, yes? And I would say my hero, a man who would have risked his life to swim for 33 hours around Tobago. And we are talking about Mr. John Procope. Good morning and welcome, sir.
Good morning. Thank you
And
for having me.
welcome back, and thank God you made it. You made it back.
Quite right. Thank
Very
you.
good. No, I just explained you shared it with us that somebody said lions do what lions do.
Yes.
And that's what you do. You are a swimmer that is fearless in the open ocean. And I understand that you met up with some dolphins.
Well, on this occasion, I think the dolphins were swimming with us at night. I could hear them squeaking and whistling, but I didn't see them on this occasion. Although on the other swims from Tobago to Trinidad, we did see dolphins. Okay. But we saw a lot of interesting marine life. We crossed Buku Reef. We saw a small reef shark. We saw a large cobia.
What's that?
A cobia is a fish. It's a sort of a bonefish that looks very similar to a shark at first glance, but they're very common in shallow water areas. A lot of people like to fish them. They're a fighting fish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you though. I want to go back because I mean, this is not the first time you're making such significant. I shouldn't say inroads, but I have to say in waters. And we, from the outside looking in, would be in awe. All right, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
But just a background. You were a professional swimmer, or you just like adventure?
Okay, I mean, I have been swimming since, I probably learned to swim around the time I learned to walk because I have no memory of learning to swim. It always just seemed natural. And so I've always loved the water. And yes, I swam in school. I competed in school and I was good, but I was not one of the top people because I didn't take it that seriously. You know, and I had fun as a child. I didn't take anything that seriously. But as an adult, living in Tobago, I had the fortune of meeting with Coach Rochelle Pear and Coach Mosey Denoon. And they operate the Aqua Warriors swim team at the YMCA pool in Blackrock. And through my association with them and the Tobago Aqua Warriors swim team over the last 8 years, my swimming has improved by leaps and bounds. And that's how I actually got interested in doing the long swims, because I do a lot of pool swimming as well. I do sprint races. I'm a master swimmer for Trinidad and Tobago. However, doing the long ocean swims, the wild swimming, the open water unassisted swimming is a real passion of mine because you sort of lose yourself in your own world. It's a very relaxing, meditative sort of activity.
Relaxing, you said, or no?
Oh, yes.
Relaxing over those distances.
The only reason I can swim for such a long distance is because I do it in a very energy efficient manner.
Right.
I describe to people who are not swimmers so that they have an idea what it's like. I say that it's like walking. So imagine you had to walk from Crown Point to Charlottesville and then walk back. You only had a backpack with coconut water, and CK figs. And you're not allowed to stop, but you could take your time.
Right.
You could walk slowly. And that's like basically walking from one end of the island to the next, coming back to the other end, and returning to the other end, and then again to the other end.
Before I toss you back to Brother B, in terms of the preparation, how do you prepare for something like this?
Well, the thing is, ironically enough, it's 30% physical preparation and about 70% mental preparation, I would say. So a lot of training, yes. I train every morning in the week. I go to the Aqua Warriors swim team training, which is at the YMCA pool at 5 a.m. We train until 6:30, Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. And then I do French Fort Hill. I run French Fort Hill.
You run?
Yeah.
I can't run up.
I tell you what, I have been walking French Fort Hill in the lead up to this swimming, endurance challenge, because I didn't want to injure myself or overextend myself. But normally I run. I'll be walking for the next few days until I get my strength back, and then I'll run again. But I also do calisthenics at home. So body weight exercises, push-ups, pull-ups, squats, burpees, that kind of thing, and a lot of skipping.
Very good. So the mission was accomplished.
Yes.
But inside of the mission, there was a desire to earn funding for varying foundations. Let's speak to that, and then we'll go to, was this recorded in the World Guinness Book of Records? Firstly, deal with the raising of the funds.
Okay.
Did you meet your quota? Is it still being collected online? Tell us how the process was in terms of collecting the monies that you needed to collect, and where are you in terms of the amount?
Okay, well, thanks to my friend Richie from Tobago Tech, we had a fantastic website built, which was hosting the online donations for our two NGOs. And Species is the NGO dealing with ocean research and conservation, and Aquasmart Foundation was the NGO dealing with learn to swim programs. And so while the swim was going on, every kilometer, people had an opportunity to donate online to the causes.
And they did.
Through the NGOs, and they did. And as far as I'm aware of, we had lots of donations, a tremendous amount of support. I won't be able to give any figures at this point because they're still coming in. But although we didn't get to 100 kilometers, we got to 68 kilometers. And so I'm very, very proud of the effort and the performance of the whole team. And without the team, obviously, this would not be possible. We had a very dedicated group of professionals.
All right. I asked about this getting international recognition.
Yes.
And the world, 33 hours, I don't know if anyone, any human, has swam for 33 hours anywhere in the world.
Right.
And if you are the first to do it, then this must be recorded in the Guinness Book of Records.
Well, I tell you what, after I did the 24-hour swim to Trinidad, I was the 51st person in the world to swim for that long in the open ocean.
Long time? Talking time?
That amount of time.
Time, okay.
Yeah, spending 24 hours non-stop swimming, unassisted, in the open ocean. I was the 51st person in the world. However, now that I've swum 33 and a half hours, I should probably be part of a more exclusive club. I can't actually tell you exactly how many people have swum for more than 33. I think it's more like a handful.
Right.
Yeah, well, it's definitely less than 10. And I think that, you know, I had, one of my team tried to contact the Guinness Book of World Records, and they said that, you know, if you want to have this ratified officially, you have to contact us 30 days in advance. And there's also a fee that you have to pay. And you have to pay another fee to have somebody from Guinness to come down and ratify the authenticity of the effort.
Right. But
so the Guinness Book of World Records, we did not end up approaching officially on this occasion.
Okay, wow. But nevertheless, I mean, the numbers, the distance is amazing. All right, and just for clarity, prior to this week's mission, the last time was from Tobago to Trinidad.
That's correct.
24 hours.
24 and a half hours.
The distance, just to be clear, you can't say right now.
The distance was about 60 kilometers.
Right.
Because of the course corrections.
Right.
You know, it's not as the crow flies.
All right.
Right?
You real brief it.
Yeah,
but and just in terms of this last mission here, you stopped short due to what reason?
Okay, so I'll tell you what. We had to go on the particular weekend that we had to go on. There was no room for maneuvering. And because of that, we had to deal with the weather as it was. Okay. And so we had to postpone from Friday to Monday. And when Monday came, things looked better, but it was not ideal. So when we got all the way to the northeast point, and we passed through the channel between St. Giles Islands, over the headland of Tobago, past Charlottesville, into Speyside, we encountered incredibly strong currents on the falling tide. So I'm very, very surprised we made it that far.
Good.
However, we made it past that, and we got into Speyside somehow. Even the kayaker was having trouble paddling against those currents. And then we got into Speyside. Luckily, we saw some supporters at the Blue Waters Inn Jetty, and they gave us more encouragement. And then we left Speyside, and we headed around on our way to Kings Bay in Delaford. And luckily, it was then a high tide. So it was a little bit easier to swim out of Speyside. However, when we got to Delaford, we encountered some serious currents again. And because it was getting dark and our kayaker did not make it past Speyside, we did not have the correct safety, as well as the fact that everyone on the boat was very tired. I was obviously going to be nearing exhaustion. However, my captain told me, listen, if you can make it to Delaford Point and everything looks okay after there, then we will continue. But even though I swam very, very hard in the last 15 minutes to try and beat the currents, it was of no avail.
Excellent.
So we had to call it.
Yeah, Mr. Procope, we want to thank you for being in. We do have our commitments, and we could talk all day, and we really congratulate you. My thing is for this to be recorded in the Guinness Book of World Records, and it has to be. So
Well,
whatever we have
I
to
tell you what, I have good news for you.
Yeah.
There will hopefully be another attempt, and I'm hoping that we'll be more organized, and maybe on the second time we will be able to complete the Around Tobago successfully.
Excellent.
Yes.
Thank you again, and we are happy that you are here alive, and we're going to have. All right.